I'm very excited to finally start on my cap. I'm gonna have these lines be the colors of the Ghana flag. So we have a little bit of an issue. I'm not liking this. Anybody fancy some flowers? Hey guys, it's Joselle. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. It's right down below. Also, please like this video. Liking the video helps my channel grow, so help me out a little bit. Like this video. Anyway, let's get into it. So, first of all, look at my skin. But besides how good my skin looks, if you didn't see by the title, I'm making my graduation cap today. I graduate this Thursday, so I'm a little bit behind on doing my stuff. But listen, I had a really eventful week last week. Very excited to finally start on my cap, so let's just get into it. So before I show you guys all my stuff that I got for my cap, I'm going to show you my design really quickly. So here's my design. First of all, I majored in media and entertainment, and I want to become a producer and screenwriter. So this is my inspiration. So I saw this cap idea. I'm going to put it right here on the screen, and I was like, that is absolutely perfect. I really love that. And so I kind of just took the idea, but then again, everyone takes everybody's ideas, so it's like fine. But I have that's a wrap here, which is what they say at the end of production. So what I have here is the clapper board. For production, I have either I'll say Joselle's graduation or I'll just say graduation. For the scene, I'll say KSE, which is my university. For the role, I think I might do BS Ment, which means Bachelor of Science in Media and Entertainment. And then for the take, I'll say 4 years. For director, I was deciding if I'll say me or my parents, but I think I'll say me for the director. For cameraman, I'll do my parents, or I'll do a Bible verse. I gotta figure that out. But as for Bible verse, I think I'm gonna do Psalms 126, the one that says, "Those who sow in tears will reap in joy," because let me tell you, I was crying a lot during college, so I definitely feel like that verse resonates with me. And then as for the background, I was going to do this fabric, which is traditional Ghana fabric called kente, but then I had an idea of how I could incorporate Ghana into my cap. And so what I decided is I'm gonna have the background be like glittery pink, kind of exactly like the example, but then for here on the clapper board, they have like lines on it, and the lines are like different colors sometimes. And so what I'm gonna have for that is I'm gonna have these lines be the colors of the Ghana flag, and then right here in the middle I'm gonna have the star. Though the flag will be sideways, it doesn't really matter too much because if you are Ghanaian, you'll understand. So that is my idea. So first thing I got is this pack of acrylic paint pens. I got them because I wanted to use it to write on my cap, of course, and it has like a bunch of different colors, but I mainly just needed the white one. Next, I got this huge pack of glitter paper. I did not think it would be this big because I really only need a couple of the colors, but you know, I can always use this again for another project. Look at how beautiful this is, and you can just imagine how beautiful it looks like in the sun. Then I got this pack of black cardstock, which I'll be using for the clapper part. Again, this is a lot of cardstock. I don't need all of these sheets, but I can just use it another time. And then here I got this pack of just gold paper. I kind of want to return this because this has literally a bunch of colors in here, and gold is in this pack, as you can see here. So I don't need this, and the glitter in here looks much better than this one anyway. So I'm gonna try to return this because I don't want that anymore. I don't need it. Next, I got this pack of letters, which as you can see, I've already opened it up just to make sure that the letters look nice and that they fit nicely on the cap, because I bought a bunch of letters. The other packs of letters that I bought are still in the box because these came first and I already liked it, so I'm gonna just return the other letters. I don't need them. Then I got this pack of gold letters. I really wanted just white letters, but I couldn't find any, and I wasn't able to go to the store, so I just had to buy whatever I could buy online. And the size looks pretty decent, so hopefully they're small enough for my clapper board, and all the letters fit. It comes with letters and numbers and punctuation points as well, which is really nice. And there's a lot of each, which is really, really good. And then here I have my cap, which is super cute. This is the tassel that comes with the cap, but I'm gonna be using my honors tassel because I graduated with honors, period. Here's just an X-Acto knife. I'm gonna be using that. Here I got some glitter cardstock, which I don't know if I'm going to be using this anymore, but I still bought it just in case. I think it might still be nice. Maybe I could use this as the background of the clapper. Then of course I got Mod Podge. I got the matte Mod Podge just because I like matte better than glossy. I have the fabric for my dress. I'll be starting on it tomorrow and finishing it on Wednesday, hopefully, by God's grace. Then of course for the Mod Podge, I got these. I got a pack of white cardstock, and then I bought 2 black zippers for my dress. Also, I got these headbands because I'm going to be doing this method with the cap. I don't even know what method it's called, but basically you hot glue a headband onto the cap, and then you're able to wear the cap with an afro because I'm wearing my natural hair out, and obviously the cap is not going to fit on my hair, so I got this as well. And that's all I got for my cap. Alright, so let's get started for real. I have my letters for That's a Wrap, and then here I have the glitter paper. I'm gonna use the silver paper. Now I'm gonna get my Mod Podge, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the letters and glue them down right side on the thing because you need it to be backwards. So I'm taking the correct side, or whatever side I think is the correct side, and I'm gluing it down and then facing it downwards onto the back of the glitter paper. Full disclosure, I did not end up using these because they were way too big once I started putting everything together, but I decided to still add it into this video to show you guys how I'm doing it in case you want to add letters onto your graduation cap. I decided to flip this clip to show you guys that, like, for example, the S is backwards, the R is backwards, the P is backwards, all the other letters are backwards because you need to glue them on backwards onto the back of the paper so that when you cut it out, it'll be the correct side having the glitter paper on it. After that, I decided to take some of the white cardstock and use it to kind of reinforcement when I start making my cap design. The white was obviously too small for my cap, so I'm gluing it together with just some Mod Podge. So I'm going to take my graduation cap and just trace it onto the white cardstock just to get it the correct size. Then I'm going to cut that out. And then once I have cut that out, I'm going to take the pink glitter paper and glue it onto the white cardstock. Now we're going to start on the clapperboard, and so I have my black cardstock right here. This definitely was the hardest part and the part I made the most mistakes on because the letters were small, but they weren't as small as I really needed them to be, and so I ended up making the clapper part way too big for the cap, but it all worked out in the end. Another problem was that I didn't have a ruler, or at least I couldn't find my ruler, so I had to use this cutting board that I use for sewing as my ruler and measure it up perfectly to the cutting board. So for the production, I'm writing down graduation. And then I'm taking my white acrylic paint pen and doing PROD for production because I didn't have enough space to write the entire word, but it's all good. Then I drew a line. This line was definitely kind of choppy, but I went over it a couple of times to make it thicker and for it to look more straight. And so now I'm just trying to figure out the measurements and the sizing for each section. I decided to do about 2 inches per section. And again, I didn't have a ruler, so I just had to use my cutting board as measuring. First side I did scene, middle side was take, and the other side was roll. And then I drew a line at the bottom. I ended up not liking the way I wrote the words, so I took the black paint pen to try and color over it and it wasn't working, so I just took some more cardstock, measured it out, cut it out, and then glued it on top, and it worked out pretty nicely. Like you can't even tell that I messed up real bad. So now I'm rewriting the words, and so to make sure it was even, I wrote S first and then kind of wrote C-E-N, and then at the end I wrote the E, then I wrote the E in the middle, and then the C in the end filled in the spaces. You can see what I'm doing. That's kind of what I did to try and make sure that it was even. I did the same for take and roll. Those are easier because it's just 4 letters, and this was definitely way nicer. And so for scene, like I said, I was going to do KSU, and I decided to put the S down first in the middle so that it would be nice and even. For take, I did 4 years, and I didn't have enough space to spell out years, so I just did YRS. And then for roll, I was going to do BS meant, but I didn't have space for the BS, so I did meant for media and entertainment, aka my major. Then the side for director, I did Joselle, my name, my beautiful name. I drew a line on the bottom. For production company, I decided to have family there because we love my family, period. In camera, I decided to have a Bible verse, which is Psalms 126, like I said at the beginning. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, and I was reaping in joy, finally being done with school. Once I finished, I used my X-Acto knife to cut it out, and I made sure to cut right outside of the white line so that the white line is still there on the clapperboard because I felt like it looked nice. And I wanted to put it on the glitter cardstock, so I'm just gluing that on there. Here I am cutting out the letters for that to wrap. Like I said, didn't end up using it, but I just want to show you guys what I did. So I'm using my X-Acto knife, of course, because it's much easier than using scissors. I cut it out and it looked so cute, y'all. It really did look very, very cute, but it just didn't fit on the cap. Again, if you are going to be using letters like this and you want to do this method of having glitter on it, you have to glue it on the back of the glitter paper backwards. Then when you flip it over, it's the correct side. Now I'm adding the top part of the clapperboard, and like I said, I'm using the Ghana flag colors, which is red, gold, and green. And there's a lot of finessing on this part because I started doing it and I did it unevenly, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I had to do a lot of finessing. This is when I realized that it was very much uneven, and so because I like the bottom part better, I just had to redo the top part. I used the correct side to measure out the same size of the colors. I used the raw edge as my ruler to make a straight line. Then I took that piece and just put it on top of the other colors just so it would be nice and even. And then I glued all 3 colors down, making sure to put it as evenly as I possibly can with the other side. Because we don't want it to be looking uneven, y'all. We want this to look professional DIY queen. After that, I use my X-Acto knife to cut off the edges. Oh, it is really coming together. This is when I started to realize that this clapperboard was a little bit too big. I was like, these letters are way too big. It's not gonna fit. It's not gonna fit. I was very much fearing. Okay guys, so we have a little bit of an issue. I finished my clapper part of my cap. It looks so cute, like it's exactly how I wanted it to be, but the letters are too big. These are the smallest letters I could find. I don't have time to go to the store and get smaller letters, so we're gonna have to keep the clapper the size that it is, but these letters are too big. Remember at the beginning I said that I bought a bunch of different wooden letters just to see different sizes, and so I'm about to open this up and hopefully this is a good enough size, and it looks like it is the perfect size. And it has a star, which is perfect. I needed a star. Here are the other letters for That's a Wrap. Much smaller, and honestly, it's not as cute in my opinion, but I was just trying to make the That's a Wrap work. Here I am cutting out the middle part of the cap cover, making sure that it fits onto the actual cap, which it does, which is great. And then now I'm trying to position the clapperboard on it the best way possible so that I don't have to cover up too much. I realized that the clapper part of the clapperboard was too big, so I cut it a little bit to make it smaller. Finally, it's in focus. But anyway, found the perfect spot for it, so I glued it onto the glitter paper. And to make sure it stayed, I put some water, just pack of water on it, let it rest, just so it'll have that pressure. Lunch break is over, let's get back to work. So I'm just making sure to take any excess glue and cleaning it off, and now I'm taking the clapper part of the clapperboard. I don't know what it's called for real. You would think I would know what that was called. It's not just a clapper part. I don't even freaking know, but I'm just gluing it down, yeah. Now I'm going to just cut out a quick little triangle piece for the corner of the clapperboard where like the screws are. Just do the silver piece. Now I'm taking my black paint pen and doing 3 dots on it to represent the screws on the clapperboard. And so because I was not about to come and cut out these tiny little letters on silver cardstock glitter paper, I decided to just use the paint pen to color it white. And now I'm positioning it onto the side of the cap. I'm sitting here like, what is this? It don't look right. But I decided to glue it down anyway because let's just keep going with it. So if you couldn't tell, I'm from Ghana, and in Ghana we have these things called Adinkra symbols. This Adinkra symbol is Jinyami, which means supremacy of God or God is supreme, and I wanted to edit on my cap in some way, so I did 3 different sizes for it, printed it out, and I decided which one that I liked the best. And I cut that out and then glued it face down onto gold glitter paper, and then cut it out as best as I could. And it looks so cute. Like, oh, I was so excited. I didn't know where to put it on the cap, but I decided to just put it on the top. But again, I was like, this is not looking cute, but let's just keep going, let's keep going. So I just glued it down. Then I made sure to clean off the excess glue. Then thankfully in the pack of letters, it had a star in it, so I glued the star onto black glitter paper. And then the same method, used my X-Acto knife to cut it out, and then glued it onto the cap in the middle of the clapperboard. And again, I was like, this is not cute. It's not cute, but we're gonna make it work somehow. And I was thinking, you know what, let me just go full gold. I took the gold paint pen and colored the That's a Wrap letters with gold. I just kept looking at it like, this is not, I'm not gonna put this on my head. Like, am I really about to put this on my head? This is really what I'm gonna go with, but I didn't know what else to do. So here's my cap so far. I have the clapperboard here with all my information and stuff. I have the little reference to the Ghana flag up here on the clapper. I have the Jinyami here. And then I have the small little letters of That's a Wrap. And I don't know why, but I'm not liking this. I think it's the letters here. That's a Wrap. It just looks so plain and boring. You know what I mean? I feel like it's missing something. It was missing something. Yup. And you know what it was missing? Anybody fancy some flowers? I fancy some flowers. Y'all, come and see how I'm ripping these flowers off the stem. Just zero decorum, but it don't even matter for real because all I need is the flower part, you know? Got my handy dandy glue gun, and I'm ripping off the That's a Wrap part, just taking it off. Like, we're not gonna have that on the cap no more. So I'm taking my glue gun and putting a bunch of glue on the flowers and just gluing it down. Just gluing it down anyway. Anyhow, I had a bunch of flowers left over from another DIY that I haven't even posted yet. But I'm gonna post it soon, y'all. Just bear with me, okay? And I decided to use the pink flowers because I'm a pink girl. I need pink in everything. So I just took out the pink flowers and positioned them in a bunch of cute ways. I'm making sure to cut off any parts of the flower that is covering the copperboard because I want you to still be able to read it. You still need to read it, obviously. So any part that is covering it up too much, I'm just gonna cut it off. It's fine. And yeah, every single blank space, I'm just going to cover it with flowers. I had to cover up the jinyame. But it's okay because God is still supreme. He is still supreme. Here is the finished cap. I think it looks so pretty. It's so much better than my actual design. And I get to add flowers on it, and I love flowers. So as you can see, here is the clapperboard. The little stripes on it are the colors of the Ghana flag, and then I have the black star in the middle of it. Though the Ghana flag is technically this way, red, gold, green, it's horizontal. Obviously, I had to do it like this, and I think it's fine. People will understand. I think I ate. I took this boring design and made this, and it's so good. I'm so happy I had a bunch of extra flowers just laying around because now I have this graduation cap and it's so cute. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Guys, this is my cap. It looks so good. But the state of my room, we're not gonna talk about it. All you need to know is that it's clean now, okay? Here is the next day, and I'm just cutting out the hole for the middle of the cap. I unfortunately had to cut into the director part, but I kind of fixed it a little bit. Not really, but it's okay. Like you can just figure it out. On the back, I had to make sure I wrote front on it so I would remember which side was the front because I'm the kind of person that will go down backwards, okay? And I'm just gonna take hot glue and put a bunch of hot glue everywhere, like a lot, a whole stick of hot glue. You do not want this to come off when you're walking across the stage and your cap falls apart. Like, that's the most embarrassing thing ever. And I'm also making sure to glue the corners down as well because even if the middle's not glued down, the corners gotta be glued down. It's looking so cute. Here is my honors tassel because I got honors and I have my honors medallion. And then my kente sash, it wasn't embroidered or nothing like that, but it's okay because we still graduated. It was such a struggle to put my honors tassel onto the thing. Like, my cap was just so thick, but I made it work. My camera cut off at this point, but I did end up gluing the black headband into the middle and it stayed really nicely. And here is how it looks on my head on graduation day. Oh, what a beautiful girl, God's creation. But anyway, that is it for this video. Stay tuned for my actual vlogs of graduation. I know what you're thinking, like, girl, didn't you graduate last year? Yeah, I did graduate last year, and what about it? You get my videos now, okay? So just subscribe and stay tuned for my vlogs because it was really fun, really cute vibes, all that stuff. Stay tuned to see how I sew my graduation dress because I sewed it myself from scratch by hand. What a time. And then also stay tuned to see me getting ready for graduation, and then of course the actual graduation day. Yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.